I'm back, Rodrance for Black and White Network. If you're new to the channel, pop subscribe, like, comment, share this out. We're going to talk about I'm going to go bluegrass country folky sensation, Oliver Anthony. And I got a lot of respect for this guy because, man, he turned down a hell of a lot of money, and we're going to talk about that. And I find his reasons very relatable. A lot of people don't realize this. I've got anxiety. It's shooting YouTube videos is extremely difficult for me. Okay, a lot of people don't know that, but I have to literally sort of psych myself up. And I know as I talk on here and some of the things I say, a lot of people are going to be like, "Really, Rhodes? You've got anxiety? Like you're." Not, by nature, I'm more of an introvert, more of a shy person. YouTube was extremely hard. It is extremely hard. I never, ever really and truly want to be in the spotlight at all. But I do have things to say, and I just hit record and start talking, and that's where we get. He has turned down a whole lot of money, and it's really ridiculous. The mainstream media, let me just show you this. I mean, he's under attack by the mainstream media. Some of these headlines are absolutely ridiculous. And guys, I'm going to have two videos coming on him. This one and a follow-up as well, another one on a different line of subjects. But look at these headlines here. Do Republican anthems have to be as terrible as Rich Men North of Richmond? The Independent. The Guardian. Rich men north of Richmond punches down. No surprise, the right wing loves it. I mean, it's ridiculous. Rolling Stone. Right wing influencers just found their new favorite country song. My goodness gracious. Heaven forbid that we like any kind of music. Here we go. Oliver Anthony in the mainstreaming of conspiracy theories. That's a new one that just came out. I just now saw. Washington Post. Thanks, Bezos. Appreciate it. So, let's roll over here, and I've got a separate video coming on this mainstream media attack that's going on. But this is going to be about the enormous amount of money that he turned down, and I get it. I mean, some of the reasons why he sat down makes his music, and it's really relatable. It's extremely relatable. Oliver Anthony reveals he's turned down $8 million after surging to Apple Music's global #1, saying he wrote Rich Men North of Richmond while suffering depression. Unbelievable. Virginia factory worker Oliver Anthony claims he turned down offers as much as $8 million after viral hit Rich Men North of Richmond soared to #1. Look at this, folks. His video, and I know that's an ad. I just paused it because I just wanted to show you. His video is #1 for music on YouTube. 20,214,113 views. Guys, that's what we like to refer to as mega viral. Unbelievable. Country music sensation Oliver Anthony has claimed he's turned down offers as much as $8 million after the viral hit Rich Men North of Richmond soared to #1 on Apple Music's global charts. The song, released in early August, is sitting atop above stars like Taylor Swift, Doja Cat, ? What? Travis Scott, and fellow country singer Morgan Wallen. He also, guys, by the way, passed Jason Aldean. That'll be in my next video. Anthony addressed the speculation about who he is, why he performs, and what he thinks about his sudden rise in a Facebook post Thursday after he claims to have gotten over 50,000 messages after the song took off. I'm sitting in such a weird place in my life right now. I never wanted to be a full-time musician. much less sit on top of the iTunes charts. He wrote, saying he hoped that when he filmed the videos, they might hit 300,000 views. Frankly, that's pretty good. 300,000 views is really good. I still don't quite believe what has happened since we uploaded that. It's just strange to me, Anthony wrote. He confessed to have gotten blank stares from people in the music industry after he rejected offers of $8 million. He opened up a show in his hometown, and it sold out in 2 minutes, and it's only going to seat 300 people. But yeah, it was come and gone in 2 minutes. He says, quote, "I don't want 6 tour buses, 15 tractor trailers, and a jet. I don't want to play stadium shows." Bravo, dude. Absolutely. I mean, I love it. "I don't want to be in the spotlight. I wrote the music I wrote because I was suffering with mental health and depression," he confessed. Anthony feels the secret to his success is that his songs are being, quote, "sung by someone feeling the words in the very moment that they were being sung. No editing, no agent, no bullshit. Just some idiot and his guitar. Brother, you are anything but an idiot." He then went on into his full biography, saying he had never taken the time to tell you who he actually was. "My legal name is Christopher Anthony Lunsford. My grandfather, Oliver Anthony, and Oliver Anthony Music is a dedication not only to him, but the 1930s Appalachian where he was born and raised. Dirt floors, 7 kids, hard times." Woo, there's some of that. In the Oldfield days, my father, who passed away last year, was born in 31. Yeah. No, 1930. And I can remember him telling me a lot about he worked oil field very early, okay? Stories of him working oil field, much too young probably. And the toughness and the rawness that brings out of a person. That's probably how you live to be 91 years old. He said that everyone now knows him as Oliver, but that friends and family still call him Chris, but adds either is fine. Anthony claims he dropped out of high school in 2010, got his GED at the age of 17. He describes in detail the conditions he worked under that ended up inspiring his songs once he left school. "I worked multiple plant jobs in western North Carolina, my last being at the paper mill in McDowell County. I worked 3rd shift 6 days a week for $14.50 an hour in a living hell. In 2013, I had a bad fall at work and fractured my skull." Wow. Wow, there he is right there with his dog in the background. That's really good. Anthony moved back to Virginia, he says, and was unable to work again until 6 months after the injury. In 2014, he started working outside sales and industrial manufacturing, which he says has taken him all over Virginia and into the Carolinas. "I spent all day, every day for the last 10 years hearing the same story. People are so damn tired of being neglected and divided and manipulated." Of his living condition, he lives on a $97,500 piece of farmland, which he still owes $60,000 to. You won't for much longer, brother. In fact, you probably don't already. Inside of a 27-foot camper with a tarp on the roof that he bought for $750 on Craigslist. Amen. He reiterates that his success is nothing special to do with him, to the point of self-deprecation. Deprecation. "I'm not a good musician." Yeah, you are, man. I mean, look, you're talented as hell. I mean, your style is obviously resonating with a lot of people, and yeah, you're extremely talented. "I'm not a very good person. I spent the last 5 years struggling with mental health and using alcohol to drown it in." Wow. Man. "I am sad to see the world in the state it's in, with everyone fighting with each other. I have spent many nights feeling hopeless that the greatest country on earth is quickly fading away." He then calls for unity and deviation from the same internet culture that has made him famous. I hate the way the internet has divided all of us. The internet is a parasite that infects the minds of humans and has their way with them. Hours wasted, goals forgotten, loved ones sitting in houses with each other, distracted all day by technology made by the hands of other poor souls in sweatshops in a foreign land. Wow. Unbelievable words from him, and he's 100% right. I mean, hell, I make a living on the internet, and it is the scourge of the earth. There's no doubt about it. I mean, you go into a restaurant, just look around at the people sitting down. Nobody's having a conversation with each other. Everybody's got a phone out. Everybody's got their heads down. Nobody talks to each other anymore. It's just baffling. I mean, you can go to a lake and see people fishing. They've got a rod in one hand and a phone in the other looking down. I'm like, doesn't it sort of defeat the purpose of standing out on the bank fishing right now? Isn't that the purpose is to get away from that? Question mark? He goes on to say we should be fighting for what is right and freedom of speech, and that people should turn towards God. Just like those once wandering in the desert, we have lost our way from God and have let false idols distract us and divide us. It's a damn shame. He finishes his letter, and he goes on to talk about the fact that, and there's his song right there, number one on the top 100 global music chart. Wow, that's pretty wild. And that was the Daily Mail. You can go check it out. It's a really lengthy article on Oliver Anthony, but it's really damn good. And in case you're wondering, guys, and I saw this and I thought this was just wild. Gucci Mane. Yeah, I don't know if anybody remembers Gucci Mane. He's got his own record label, and he's trying to sign Oliver Anthony as his first country artist. I don't think this is going to happen. But he took note, and he said, all right, fam, I need y'all's help on this one. I'm trying to sign these guys as my first country artist to 1017, wrote Gucci, along with a screenshot of the song on Apple Music. I need the info ASAP. I noticed somebody did say, leave that man alone. Nothing good seems to come from signing to 1017. And I don't know if you guys remember Gucci Mane, but he was huge. And I do mean huge for about 10 years. About 15 and 20 years ago, okay? I mean, I don't know anything about his record label. I saw this and was thought it was pretty wild. Of course, Complex.com is going to say, while the song opens with an easy-to-appreciate message, the numbing grind of working for little pay and frustration at the state of politics in 2023, it quickly takes a turn when Oliver Anthony addresses common right-wing talking points. So, I mean, look, Complex.com couldn't even keep their own politics out of their own article. So, which is exactly what this guy is fighting against and talking about. This is the misconception, and I'm going to tell you one reason why people like Trump. People are tired of the bullshit from both sides of the aisle. He talks about he's center on his politics. Obviously, I am very right-leaning. But there is one thing he's absolutely 110% correct about. We don't trust either side. That's a fact. Don't trust them as far as we can throw them. And there's something that feels very corrupt about what's going on, and it feels like, and he said this too, both sides are working for the same team. And guess what? We don't like that team very much. So, in kind of the same way that people have embraced Oliver Anthony, it's one of the reasons people have embraced Trump. We're tired of both sides. And Trump said, you know what? I'm not on a side. I'm on the American people's side. Oh, that sounds kind of where I'm at. Awesome. And that's why he's gotten so many people to come over and support him from the Democratic Party, too, especially from that walkaway movement that went out there. But you get my point. This is crazy. I mean, it's awesome that this guy turned away $8 million. I will tell you this, in the day of social media, the way it is and the way you can monetize things, for example, he will get monetized on Twitter, the artist formerly known as Twitter, now X. He can get monetized on there. He can get monetized on Rumble. And he can get monetized on YouTube. And this guy sitting at home, not having to tour, and just play, shows that he is comfortable with, he's going to make an incredible amount of money. He is. The ad revenue alone, he will make a lot of money, not to mention the sales of the actual song from iTunes, etc. So, and I'm sure he realizes that too. And so I don't blame him. I really don't. Tell me what you think, Black and White Network supporters. Man, this guy's very relatable, extremely, and people love that. Man, I can relate to what this guy's got to say. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.